Hello everyone, Tiff from Scrap Sanity here, and today I'm going to show you how to make a really elegant background for your junk journal page or project. All you will need to play along is some PVA glue, a brush or a paddle, some white paint, and some alphas. I've just used all the letters here that are not that common, such as Z and X. If you don't have any old alphas lying around, then you could use buttons or anything that's similar to that that's going to give you a textured look underneath your paint. So we're just going to start by putting some glue down on whatever it is that you're wanting to cover. Now it could be cardstock, it can be cardboard, it can be anything firm, like a piece of paper is obviously going to be way too flimsy. A piece of cardboard box is going to be the best option. It's probably a bird or something that my dog's barking at. I go out there thinking that he's in danger, like it's a snake or something, and he's barking at a butterfly. And I have a joke that nothing's allowed within 20 metres of our boundary fence, not even moths, and that's not exaggerating. Like, he eats ants, he eats moths, he eats bees. I don't know how he's never been stung. I call him Toby the Wonder Dog. He definitely has 9 lives and he's used them all. So we just want to smooth all of that out right across the cardboard. Okay, and we're probably going to need a little bit more down in this. Just be quite generous with it because, you know, you want the alphas to stick down. Some of them are quite thick and heavy, and obviously I need a bit more glue in this bit because I've taken the cardboard off here. But that's just all going to add to the texture of the whole project. So once we have all our glue, now it's time to, and you can probably pour them all out and just lay them all flat so that you can see what you're working with. Don't forget to twist them around because we're just adding texture here. Might be actually good to start from the corners so that you know that you've got something in the corners and build your way in. We're just scattering them all around. There's no rhyme or reason. We're just putting them wherever. And just adding more glue as you go if you see anywhere that needs a bit of extra glue. So my dog's finally stopped barking, whatever that it was, that the moth has flown away. Oh dear, let me know in the comments if your dog or animal does ridiculous things, causes a drama. I'll never forget my son one time as well. I was on the phone for work and I was out in the backyard and he's screaming, "Mom, Mom, come in, come in." I'm thinking, oh, you know, there was a major drama. And I get in there and there was ants on the table. Oh my goodness. You'd think the house was burning down, honestly. And it's the same with my dog. Go out there and I think, why did you have to create all that drama for an ant, for a moth? All right, so you just keep going till you're happy. I think that, just one more on the edge there. Okay, I think that's looking pretty good. Everything looks nice and even. And so I'm just going to set this aside to dry for a little bit. And in the meantime, I'm going to go and clean my paddle off and get ready for painting. While I'm waiting for this one to completely dry, here's one that I prepared earlier. And what happened was I was just talking along, placing all the alphas. And then I got to the end and of course I realised I wasn't filming or I hadn't pressed record. I'm sure it happens to the best of us, but now I have 2 beautiful backgrounds that I'm going to have at the end, so it's all good. Okay, so it's been a few hours and these have had plenty of time to dry now. So this is the fun part. You grab your white paint, and before I said that you needed a paddle, but you're actually going to need a brush because we need to get into all of the little nooks and crannies there. So now I don't have much white paint left, so if I don't have enough I might have to put some water in that, but we will see how we go. I probably could use a bigger brush than this, but this one will do for the moment. Now, Look, I only got that far with that blob of paint, so it is actually going to take quite a bit. So I just got a little spray bottle of water, and I'm actually just going to give it all a spray over. And you don't have to do this, but I'm just doing it because I can see that my paint is clogging up. But yeah, that's actually giving it a nice first coat. So we're going to be giving this a couple of coats, so it doesn't matter. We're just going to cover it all first. I'm just going to get into the grooves and get some of that paint out of there. Okay, and then you just want to put a little bit more water on this. All right. Actually, this is quite good for dabbing and getting that paint out of there where it's all built up. A sponge would be another good thing to use as well if you didn't have one of these. Just a plain kitchen sponge. All right, so that we can see the difference there. Now this has had time to dry after the second coat. What I'm doing is I actually just found some modelling paste in my stash. Obviously this is not a requirement, but I'm just showing you what I'm doing for those of you that might want to have a little bit of a play around with modelling paste. Why not? One of my goals for this year is to actually start using things that I have in my stash. This is one of them. If you can see there, the bit with the, so this is the bit that still doesn't have it on, and this is just giving it like that brick-like texture, if you like a brick wall. I don't know if it is, it's just reminding me of that. So yeah, this wasn't meant to be about texture paste, but you just never know where your videos are going to end up, do you? What you're going to discover. So I'll probably just take this opportunity to let you in on a little challenge that I'm setting myself. So for 100 days, I want to take a deep dive into my stash and pull out 100 things that I've either never opened or never used. And it could be a different technique, or it could just be an embellishment or something that I want to use. If you wanted to follow along and join in that, it's just going to be a couple of minute video a day. And some of the things that you may know, but a lot of it is just about being reminded of things that maybe you wouldn't have thought of otherwise, even if you have seen it before. It's just about being inspired to use that tool or to make that project or to use that technique. So that'll just be something that will be coming your way in the coming weeks if you wanted to subscribe, if you're not already, to join in all the fun. Just experiment, have fun, let loose. That's what this is all about. So that's my texture paste layer. It's looking very different to the original now, isn't it? You can see the layers building and building. I'm gonna let that dry, and then I'm gonna give it one final coat of the acrylic paint. Okay, here we go, guys. Final coat. It's probably not 100% dry, but for the sake of this video, I don't want it going on forever and ever, so I probably should have left it overnight, but it is what it is. I was actually thinking that spray painting this would be quite good as well. It'd be a lot quicker because you'd only have to give it one coat. Yeah, this is looking really good. This will be the final one now. So happy that I did the texture paste and the 3 coats of paint. I'll just give you a close-up look there. And I'm just going to let that dry. Okay, so this is all dry now, and I could not be happier with the result. That texture is just divine, and I will definitely be using this technique again. And to think that these were patterns that just did not appeal to me in any way, shape or form, to go from that to that, I'm just thrilled. I'm just going to leave you with a few ideas of how you can use this in your projects. Okay, I've decided to use this as a junk journal cover. And you could also make another one for the back if you wanted to do a ring binder journal like this one. Or you could use this as a beautiful, elegant backdrop for your favourite photo. Being that this is so elegant, I just think that it would look beautiful in a frame. And you can also, another way to enhance this, now I found this in my stash, some type of gold leaf or something. So if you just wanted to highlight that, it would make, like I say, a beautiful wedding album, maybe a christening or an anniversary, or, you know, just because. It doesn't even have to be an occasion. You just might like gold accents on the front of your journal or your planner. Once again, it's only limited to your imagination what you can do. You can get your sprays out, add glitter, You could just run over the top of it with an ink pad. That would be interesting. You might just love a bit of bling, and that's perfectly fine. Can't get enough bling in our lives. So let me know. You decide if you give it a go. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more content like this from me, let me know. I've really enjoyed making it, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.